Traveler, hurry, have a seat. I've heard something, if you have time to listen.
Some doors are closed to keep monsters out, and some are closed to keep daughters in. She ran downstairs. Her mother met her at the bottom step and thrust a pack into her hands the moment her foot touched the floor. Kaighleigh's fingers brushed her mother's. Worry lines cut deep into Connie's face. Kaighleigh's mind flashed back to Mama's words from last night. The wolf told us. And jealousy, absurd and sharp, pricked her for one heated second. When had Mama ever spoken to Wolfgar? Could he speak to them like he spoke to her? But this was not the time for jealousy, not with the way her mother clung to her arm. Breakfast and lunch, Mama whispered. Supplies already downstairs for you, just in case. Her mother looked ill-rested, like she'd been crying. Oh, my baby. Connie pulled Kaighleigh into her arms so fast, her cheek banged into her shoulder. Kaighleigh was held there, long enough that it felt like a farewell, pressed against her mother's soft warmth. Then Connie let her go and held her at arm's length. Kaighleigh froze. Her mother inhaled heavy and patted her head. I love you so much, Mama said, voice trembling. You are so grown up now, and it is just hard on me, my little love. You have become such a good woman, and I am so very proud of you. So is your father. Never forget we love you. So much. Kaighleigh's throat tightened. She started to protest, but Mama grabbed her shoulders and turned her around just as Papa came down the stairs. His sword was strapped to his side. Kaighleigh's stomach dropped. Nothing was right. Her father paused and looked at her, eyes steady, smile forced. Father hugged her quickly, hard and fast. Mama dragged the table from the corner by the stairs. Papa lifted the heavy bourbon carpet, revealing the cellar door. Then he lifted the iron-wrought bar. The dark wooden door groaned up from the floor. We have always loved you, Papa said, voice low. From the first moment we laid eyes on you, my daughter. Kaighleigh was aghast. They were acting like this was the last time she would see them. They were being silly. They had to be. Mama touched her arm. Kaighleigh was steered toward the cellar, toward the dark black square of the hole. She tried to protest, but her father laid a gentle hand on her arm and helped her down the steep steps. She held his hand as she descended, each step hammering into her ears. Then her foot touched the soft, packed dirt. Her father's leathery touch vanished from her hand. Kaighleigh looked back up. Both her parents stared down at her with a longing so raw it made her chest ache. Then the door shut, without another word, without another blink. They were doing what they were told, to save their only child. Cover the door. A knock hit the front door. Had the time come this soon? Kaighleigh stood in the darkness, clutching her bag, eyes lifted, mind blank. She couldn't feel her body, couldn't feel the coolness of the cellar. Above, a rug was shuffled. A thud covered the cellar door. Kaighleigh jumped at the noise. She fumbled her way to the far wall, clutching the pack to her chest. It was pitch black. Only a small hole above her head gave the faintest hint of light, until her mother's foot covered even that. Kaighleigh stepped forward, tripped over a satchel, caught herself, swallowed a curse, and lifted it. Hands searching blindly. Clothes, shoes, a bag of coins, something hard. Kaighleigh looked up, heart pounding. Then, a crash. She slapped a hand over her mouth. She moved to the second wall of the cellar. Her fingers found a thick staff in the corner. She gripped it with both hands and pressed herself against the wall, setting the heavy bags down close at her feet. Her heart thudded. Her eyes darted over the ceiling above her like they could see through wood. Then screaming, shouting. Kaighleigh's breath turned to ice. Stay still. Do not move. Do not move, Kaighleigh. Tears ran down her cheeks in long, silent streams. Heavy footsteps above. A scream again. Then a gurgle. her father yelling. Kaighleigh shook. She wanted to run to them. Something bad was happening. Then the screaming stopped, cut off and silenced as if it had never existed. "Wolfgar," she cried inward. "Stay!" he bellowed. Above, there was fighting, cursing. A voice spoke, something that did not sound human. Ogres. Ogres in her house. Kaighleigh's whole being surged to act, to fight, to do anything but stay in the cellar like a helpless child. She cursed her frailty. Why had no one taught her how to fight? Why had no one ever prepared her for a day like this? "Let me go, Wolfgar. Let me go to my mother and father." No answer, only terror. The house shuddered. A hideous cry from an impossible monster stopped her dead. Then, the cellar door ripped from its hinges. Dusty half-light poured into the cellar. Her mouth fell open. She held the staff with both hands like it could save her. "Child. Ooh, child." She squeezed her eyes shut. "Wolfgar, it is here." Then, lighter steps. Someone was in the room with her. A hand grabbed her, human hand, warm skin, and wheeled her around. Time slowed. Then they hit the back wall. A hard chest, a body, a man. "Wolfgar!" "Don't speak," a man whispered. He pressed her up against the wall, breath hot on her cheek. She could smell forest, leather, sweat, steel. He spun her around, pressed her back to him like a shield. His hand clamped over her mouth. "Child!" the ogre roared. The walls shook. "She is not here," another voice hissed. Pounding steps, up the stairs again. "Stay here," he whispered against her ear. Not a sound. Then he was gone. Above, cries. A monster in pain. Then silence. She knew something had died. A strong hand appeared, held out. She looked up. Striking blue eyes, golden hair, pointed ears. Elven kind. She took his hand. He pulled her up. And then, she saw. Her father lay dead over her mother. Their hands entwined. Blood soaked her mother's chest. "Mother!" She collapsed. "We must go," the stranger said. He dragged her outside. A dead ogre lay in the dirt. She screamed until her throat burned. "Wolfgar!" He appeared. The stranger drew a bow. Wolfgar growled aloud. "Who is this man?" "I know not his name," she whispered, "but he saved my life." Steel-clad men emerged from behind the barn. War men. "There is more to come," the stranger said. "Join us until we reach Mainstay." Wolfgar pressed into her thoughts. "We must hurry." "We will go," she whispered. The house grew smaller behind her, already abandoned, already not hers. But it was. It was her home. She begged it to be a dream. And so she rode into an unknown world, dangerous, hungry, and wanting something from an orphaned, lost elven girl. Next time. "What are they looking for?" she asked. "I will explain tonight," Dante said, gaze uneasy in the forest. Wolfgar's voice coiled tight within her mind. "It's you, Kaighleigh. He does not think you should be with me. He will try to take you away." "No one could take me from you," she answered gently. "Never has a woman loved the likes of you as I do." The party gathered. Movement resumed. And the forest was listening.
Wasn't that interesting? Now don't forget to subscribe for more.
And ring the bell for your server.